How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Too Close for Comfort with us tonight. You can say their names, what they do in the band.
I'm Ryan. I play guitar and I do backing vocals in the band.
My name's Evan, and I'm the drummer.
There we go, guys. Well, thank you for coming on. I know that I already told them about the story. We'll talk about it later on about the interview. But the first question is, guys, because I don't know anything about your band, so this is going to be a good introduction. How did Too Close for Comfort start out? How did you guys get your members? The whole origin story, as you will.
So it started out as me and our vocalist Tyler, probably back in January of this year.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in another. I was in another band, but we're in a band together. We were in a band together. We dismembered, but we were in a band called Convulsions.
Okay.
Which is kind of a beat down type band. So we were in a band together like that, and he had done a side pop punk project.
Mm-hmm.
So I talking to him about it, and I told him that I tried my hand at writing some pop punk just because I'd never really written it before. So I wrote 2 songs, and those were like the first 2 singles off the album. And I sent them to him, and he loved them. And then so we decided that we're gonna start writing some more. And we thought, hey, let's do an EP. And I was okay with doing an EP, but I was like, hey, how do we set ourselves apart? You know, how do we?
Yeah.
Because I feel like everybody does an EP, you know.
Yeah, to start,
like,
yeah.
How do we come on different? So we just kept writing. We had 5 songs, and we're like, let's go for a full album, and we did. And then we asked Evan to join, and I guess I'll let him tell his side after that.
Yeah, so Ryan we had been in contact for like about a month, and then he asked me what I had thought about the demo song for Out of Luck, and I listened to it and instantly fell in love with it and told him yes, I would love to be a part of this project, without a doubt.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we had done some music stuff when we were younger a little bit, but we hadn't really talked a lot until this year about it. So yeah, and then probably in about June, we asked one of our friends, Coop. His name's Brandon, but his nickname's Jimmy, but his other nickname's Coop, so we call him Coop. So we asked him, hey, do you play bass? And he was like, yeah, I'm down. So
a man of many names, you know. I feel like he's got to land on one, you know. And you were like, yeah. Jimmy, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll type in Jimmy. And I was like, and then you were like, oh, his name's also Coop. And I was like, okay, I guess that works. And then it's like, oh, his name's Brandon as well. And I'm like, okay, that would have been great because.
And I can't remember why they call him Jimmy. So he's Jimmy on Facebook, but we call him Coop. So
that's great. A man of many names, on like many aliases. You know, that's great.
Yes, it is for you.
I feel I feel like I have to go by Coop since I'm Brandon, you know. So like now we can be Coop.
Yes,
I'm renaming myself to Coop now, you know.
Yeah, I called him Jimmy for a while, and that felt weird. Then I started calling him Coop. I feel
that's on point. I got you. You know, I feel like that just it just hits right. So I like it, but it's cool because like I did check out the 2 singles that are out now, Out of Luck, and then I went and listened to Burn Bright featuring Joey Fleming of In Her Own Words, which I was like trying to blank, but I remembered it. Glad I remembered. But I checked out both because like I said, had no idea what you guys sounded like, anything. I did see, ironically enough, an Instagram post, like one of those sponsor posts, and it was like, check this band out. And it was like, I think it was a snippet of Out of Luck, and I was like, oh, this band's kind of cool. I was like, maybe I'll revisit them. And then like my phone died, and I was like, shit. I was like, now I'm never gonna remember what this band's name is. So now it's just like full circle. Now I'm like, okay, the band has come to me, and we're good. So obviously the universe wanted me to have you guys on, so that works out. But I really dug it. And to not know that you guys came from the like more hardcore, like heavier space to do something like more pop punk, that must have been an interesting challenge for you guys, because I feel like for myself, I always find that like lighter bands, like typically in the more pop punk genre, like if they're gonna do another project, they're like, yo, we're gonna make this thing filthy, you know, we're gonna make this thing as about as heavy as possible. And I feel like you guys did the complete 180 and we're like, you know, we're gonna just like hit you with some like easy core like pop punk shit and do it that way, which is great. I think it's the like perfect like completely different take on like from going from a heavier band to like more. I feel like you guys didn't lose your edge. So I still think there's moments in, especially in Out of Luck, where I was like, okay, if they don't have like a heavier background to their music, I'll be very surprised. But it did resonate with me. So I was like, okay, I like the pop punk hooks, and then you guys had, you know, like hit me with like a nice like breakdown ish part, and I'm like, okay, they got it. They got it. I
Yeah,
like it.
I had to pay tribute to the roots. You know what I mean?
Well, you definitely did. And like I said, I really liked both a lot for not knowing, like I said, hardly anything as of probably like 15 minutes ago. I checked out both before we hopped on, and I was like, man, these guys are really good. Why did I like not hear about them? And it's always like the tried and true classic of the people that I have here on the channel is like, there's no amount of time or like effort there is to just find great bands out there. So I'm glad that you guys again came to me and I'm able to like hopefully get you out there to other people to go check out because it was really good stuff. And the first band that kind of came to mind that I thought of was like 4 Years Strong. Like it definitely has that kind of like pop punk heaviness, but then also at the same point like you know, there's a lot of fun vibes. Like the music video is great for Out of Luck. I really enjoyed that one. And I another band that I could think of off the top of my head was like maybe like Set Your Goals, kind of that old like older school like, you know, easy core like pop punk, kind of getting into that like a little bit of like hardcore like, you know, punk stuff. And then the other band I probably could name was, ironically enough, in her own words, was kind of another band that I had like. Those were kind of the three bands that, at least if I had to say like, hey, check out this band, these are the three bands that like I feel like if you like these bands, you're gonna like this band. Those would probably be the three that I would suggest. I don't know, what have you guys heard in terms of like people being like, oh yeah, you guys kind of have this sound and that sound. Do you have any bands that kind of ring true to like people have checked you out like either live or, you know, on social media?
I'll let Evan answer that one.
You about hit it pretty much on the nail. Like I've got a lot of that.
Okay.
I've also got some like vibes of like Blink-182. Also,
Could see that.
are, you know, right up that alley. Even a bit of neck deep. So
Yeah. Okay. I could definitely see that too as well. There's definitely some like probably like first to second records of like Neck Deep, like Life's Not Out to Get You, you know, like the Rain in July, those types of records. I feel like, yeah, I could definitely see that, certainly. So, but yeah, you bring the hype, and I think for sure it was one band that I was really excited to have on and obviously get to know better. But I got to go back to your origin story of how you guys all came together. I think that's really cool that you guys are kind of like a newer-ish band, even though you've been doing it for a long time. That's awesome, and I'm glad that you guys are able to still kind of, you know, find creativity in a different avenue, you know, despite it maybe being a different genre or something like that. For people who maybe were fans of Convulsions, did you guys feel like did you guys have like, I want to say issues, but did you guys have some like people were like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this because I'm like this used to be like a hardcore beatdown band versus like more of a pop punk like easy core style band. I feel like that's again, as I mentioned before, the transition between genres. Do you feel like people were kind of like on the fence about it, or do you feel like your fans were like, whatever you're doing, like keep doing it, it's great?
I think it was catering to a different audience,
Okay.
to be honest. There were a lot of our friends and family that, surprisingly enough, didn't like Convulsions as much because it was heavy, you know, and they want something light, like we want to go to a show and not fear to get kicked in the face, you know?
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. So then, like, writing the pop punk stuff, you know, like, people come to the show and like they jump around, you know, if they don't have to worry about getting hit, like they have fun, you know, and they can sing the songs and like stage dive and stuff like that, you know. So I think it's just catering to a different audience, but I think we also like grew our audience.
I would
Um,
agree. Yeah.
like we tried to throw as many elements as we could into this, and I think we did a pretty good job of putting a little bit of heaviness in it as well for the people who like wanted some heaviness.
Sure.
What do you think, Evan?
I perfectly agree with that, because in past projects that I've been involved in, my family and friends would definitely not listen to it. It's just not up their alley. But like with this, you know, my mom knows the lyrics to our songs. Like she sings them, so it's an awesome take to see your mom be able to sing songs that you play, right?
Yeah, no, I think it's like, you know, when I talk to my parents about like some of the music I listen to, they're just like, I don't know how you listen to this sort of shit. Like it's just wild to me. So I feel like there are some bands that I have on that I'm like, you know, check this band out. They're really cool. They're not like, you know, they're fun. But you know, I think you guys hit that stride point between like catchy riffs and catchy lyrics, like where there's again that sort of like pop punk, you know, essence there, and then you know, with the energy of being a pop punk band, I feel like you guys definitely encapsulate that. But I'll also say, like, there were moments where I was just like, you know, bobbing my head at my desk, and I was like, okay, I'm a guitar player myself, so like for me, it's like I heard some of the riffs, and I was like, okay, this is tight. I like this. I like this. Or like, you know, some of the drum grooves, I was like, all right, this is really neat. And so I almost felt like I was getting more immersed in it, whereas opposed to maybe like if it's a heavier project, I'd want to like punch a hole through a wall, you know. So I feel like this is like the perfect middle ground where I could like lightly tap the wall instead of like actually breaking my hand through it, you know. Not that I would do
That's
that, you know. So
yeah.
but that's awesome. And then I guess the follow up question to you guys, for people who aren't as familiar with Too Close for Comfort, what song would you recommend to a new listener to kind of give you an idea of what your sound is?
Out of luck, definitely. I think that encapsulates like kind of a little bit more of the mellow-ish parts in the verse. Um, you know, the catchy hooks, the breakdowns, the powerful choruses. In
Mm-hmm.
my opinion, that one or Magnetic, because both of them have those elements, but Magnetic has a little bit of acoustic on the end, so it's a
Oh,
little,
okay.
you know, a little spice.
A
But
little,
that's not.
a little extra. Yeah, I got you. Evan?
I gotta agree with Ryan on that. Out of Luck is just like perfect song for anyone that's never heard of us to listen to. Like it hits all of us. Like it hits every aspect of like what we want to be.
There we go. Well, I'll leave a link down in the description with all their social media links as well. So make sure to go follow them on social media. I think they're gonna do great. So, you know, my 2 thumbs up for me. So please go give them some love and go check out Too Close for Comfort. But the next question I have for you guys, who got you started on your respective instrument? Who got you like really into music? And then who influences your style more currently? You know, obviously with Too Close for Comfort.
Oof. I'd say Slash. Guns N' Roses got me into guitar. That was my number one
Oh
as a
yeah.
kid.
Oh yeah.
Um, I'm taking a lot of influences from a lot of Alpha Wolf stuff. Like
Ooh.
I'm another band, and they're kind of like new metalcore, like similar to Alpha Wolf. Take a lot of inspiration from them, but for this pop punk stuff, I'd say I have to take a lot of inspiration from like Knuckle Puck, Hot Mulligan, and like Story. The Story so far,
Ooh.
definitely.
All right. All
Like
right.
who I'm taking inspiration from, and who I've really put myself in. So
I would agree. Evan, what
So
do you got?
it's Alex Shelna from A Day to Remember. As soon as I saw him play the music video, The Plot Bomb the Panhandle, that's when I knew I needed to play drums. I knew I needed to get into a band, and that's what set it off for me. And as far as currently, the drummer from State Champs, Evan Ambro, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, but Evan, he just so consistent. He just, no matter what he does on the drums, I'm in awe.
I would agree. Like, I love the newest record. I thought that was Kings of the New Age. I thought that was peak. I think that's some really great pop punk. The hooks are just like in your face, and it's an album that I feel like I've gone back and listened to multiple times, and I've still just really gotten immersed. In fact, like, I feel like some of the hooks got even stronger like the more times I listened to it. So I gotta always give a shout out to the State Champs. They're great. Also, Ryan, their bass player, is the homie. So shout outs to Ryan. But yeah, no, I feel like that was another band that I couldn't think of off the top of my head, but A Day to Remember, definitely. I feel like you guys have definitely some A Day to Remember vibes as well, which is great because it reminded me kind of a cross between um, Homesick and then What Separates Me From You, kind of that like middle ground. I feel like you guys are like that band that's like the in between of those two albums, like Homesick and I'm completely. I just said it and I can't remember now. But what separates me from you? I feel like you guys hit that like nice stride point of having enough heaviness, but also like keeping the pop punk, efforts alive. So I would definitely say that's another band as well.
That's
but
good to hear.
Yes, I'm sure. I mean, I feel like I'm excited for the full length as well. I feel like bands definitely stray away from, as you said, Ryan, stray away from the whole like they're like, man, I either have to release like a ton of singles, we have to release an EP, or bust. Like that's it. We can't release a full length. And
Yeah.
I got to give you a lot of credit for you guys, going for the gusto and releasing the full length, because I feel like for myself as being like older, I love the full length. So for me, it's like you're hitting the prime market for me. But I feel like most people maybe they're like, you could release like a bunch of singles and that'd be sick. But I don't know. I'm old school. I like the full length action.
I kind of sets you apart, so that's what we were going for. So I think you'll do it. I think I'd say every song off of that's probably is a pretty solid banger. So
Oh, all right. High marks. High marks. I'm gonna have to check it out, and you guys will have to check it out with me. So we'll be doing some sort of live review of it when it comes out. So who knows
it's
when?
already
Oh, it's already out. Okay, well then
Yep.
we're doing it soon. So keep your eyes peeled when this comes out. We'll have something lined up. So keep your eyes on the lookout for that. But the next question I have for you guys, more current. What are you currently jamming right now? What's on the Spotify? What have you been listening to lately?
Sheesh. Let me pull it up.
Mine right now is Dandelions by Hawthorne Heights.
Woo!
Pure gold. I cannot stop listening to it.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like it. You're rocking the Silverstein hoodie too, so I feel like that's got to be up there.
No, Silverstein's always up there. They've been my favorite band for 12 years now, at least.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Been listening to lately. I've been listening to Norma Jean.
Oh.
The band called Weeping Wounds.
Oh, another good one. Yeah.
And I've been listening to little Hot Mulligan. So.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Across the board. We like it.
Yeah.
Obviously, guys, since you are from Nevada, I have to ask, did you guys try to go to When We Were Young Fest? I feel like that's been like the talk of the town as of recently. Did you guys get a chance to go over the weekend or?
I got tickets for next weekend, the 29th.
Oh, nice. All right.
So I lucked out because I really wanted to get the first date on there, but I'm really glad I didn't, looking back.
I think, yeah. I would be too.
It's such a bummer that those guys travel all the way down there and canceled an hour before the start time. That sucks.
One tier.
Yeah.
I feel that. What about you, Ryan?
I'm not going. I actually was just at Aftershock in Sacramento.
Ooh, so. Wow. Yeah. How was that?
It was big. There was a lot of people. It felt very crowded, like even walking between stages, it was like you were shoulder to shoulder with people. It was hard to like move around, and it's like, I mean, it's sick, like when everybody's lined up and you're watching like Slipknot or something like that, but it's like, ooh, there's so many.
Yeah, I'm starting to get back. Well, I've been going to shows, but I'm gonna probably wind up going to the Christmas Burns Red show out in Pennsylvania here, because I think that both days great. I'm so excited, so I feel like I got to do that.
That's on the sure.
Yeah. So guys, if you want to come hang out with me. We can go to the Christmas Burns Red together.
Right. Do it.
Awesome, guys. The next question I have for you, another fun one. If you guys could pick a song to cover, what would it be?
Go ahead, Ryan.
Okay, I specify like a song to cover that's already like upbeat, or like a more mainstream song to make.
All of it, any of it. It's your choice, dealer's choice.
I'm gonna have to go Empty Space from The Story So Far.
Ooh, okay. I can see you guys ripping that one up. I'm about it.
Yep.
Evan, what do you think?
That's exactly what I was gonna say as well. Empty Space.
Ooh, I think that might be it. I know you guys got other members, but they're not here, so I feel like this is the time to put the answers in. So
we've talked about potentially doing it. Just like mixing it into one of our sets. If people want another song, just like throw it in there. But like, yeah, we've talked about it for sure.
I feel like you guys could kill it. I think you can crush it. I got the feeling, in the chest here. So I like it. Guys, if you want to hear it, comment down below. You want to hear it, or if you have another suggestion for Too Close for Comfort, drop them down below. I'm sure they'll check them out. Who knows? They might wind up be making a cover song sooner than later. The next question I have for you guys, another fun one as well. What is your favorite food to eat?
Ooh. See, I'm Italian. I love pasta.
Respect. I love it.
Pasta all the way.
I do love pasta too. It's a mix between like pasta and like sandwiches. I love like different, like French dip. You got your Reuben, you got your Cuban. I love sandwiches, but I love the different combinations of pasta. So I will have to agree that it's pasta.
Like a chicken parm sandwich. You know what I mean?
But the question is, what's your favorite kind of pasta, Evan?
Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, I was gonna ask that.
It legitimately doesn't matter what kind of pasta. I will eat it all. It's an eating disorder I have. I don't know what it is. I'll scarf it down in half a second, no matter what.
Yeah.
Respect. I feel like all pasta, can be good pasta in some degree. Does
that fit in with like ramen too?
Yeah,
I think so. I mean, not.
That's tough. I feel like that's tough. Like, I don't know. Let us know, guys. Do you think ramen is a part of the pasta family? I need to know. I personally need to know because I have no idea. I feel like ramen is its own like special thing, and then like pasta is its own thing, so I don't know. It is technically a noodle, so
I'm saying.
I think it fits in because you got your sauce, but it's more of like a broth. You got your meat, and you got your noodles, and then you got your toppings. I think it's in the pasta family. I think it's just like a different way of making it.
I think we might have gotten the answer from Ryan here. That was a goated answer right there. So
my day job is actually a chef. So
So listen, we got the seal of approval here. This is a real deal. This is no Johns. We got no Johns out here. So I like it. All right, guys. Well, let us know. I feel like Ryan gave us a pretty convincing argument that ramen is pasta. So, listen, he's a chef. I just cook on the for fun. So I don't do it for a living. So, I can't. That's not my degree. That doesn't where my degree lies. So, but let us know if you believe that's true. So, the next question I have for you guys: if you guys were to have a dream collaboration on an up-and-coming Too Close for Comfort album, who would you love to have on?
State Champs.
Easy.
100%, yeah.
We love it. Guys, that was like done deal, immediate, you know, right out the gate. They already knew what they wanted. I respect that. And you know what we do when that happens? You have to go on twitter.com, you tag Too Close for Comfort on Twitter. You also tag State Champs. Then you type the word collab question mark. Again, I'm not a legal scholar. I've said this for many years. You know, don't. This is this is no Johns. You know, you can do whatever you want. I'm not forcing you to do it, but I'm just saying. There's a Too Close for Comfort collab with State Champs. You know, I can't can't pass
You
up
don't
on
want
that. You know, so.
you want to say that you were with that from the very beginning.
Exactly. So, you know, I don't want to say for or against it, but if it were to happen and just hypothetically it was because of that tweet, you know, just
I
saying.
don't know if, but on the last In Her Own Words record, they worked with Derek Descanio on the whole album,
He did,
like
yeah.
vocals. And when we had Joey here from In Her Own Words, and he was saying that it was just so cool to be able to like work with him. And Joey did the same thing with our music that like Derek did with their music, and
Mhm.
he was just, it was such an incredible experience. And I mean, honestly, I think it would be a dream come true to like work side by side with Derek or State Champs and just, you know, work on our songs and produce them.
I feel like that's a match made in heaven here. So I don't know what else I have to do because you know I said tweet about it, but just I'll sit here. I'll sit here and wait until you're done with the tweet, and then you know we both can move on with our merry lives. So go get it. Love to see it happen. If we got another Joey feature from In Her Own Words on top of that, that would just be that'd be just the cherry on top of a great Sunday. So I don't
Yep.
I don't want to put it out there, but it could be a possibility. So let's make it happen. That'd be really cool. And then in regards to that, I know you guys again. I know we just talked about it, getting Joey on the track. How did that come to be? Did you reach out to Joey to have a feature? Like, I'm always curious on how bands kind of go about getting other people onto their songs. So how did that come to be? And I'm sure you guys, as you mentioned, you guys were stoked to have Joey on the track. So how did that all start? Pretty much.
Well, we were, when we were writing the album, we were talking about getting a guest feature, and we weren't really sure who from. We tossed around the idea for a while of getting Ollie from Broadside,
Ooh, yeah.
because him and Joey both are on this website called Featured X, where you can pay
Yes,
for
yes. Familiar.
So they were both, and we're thinking about Ollie, thinking about Joey. But in turn, I mean, we decided to go with Joey because they had a new album coming out,
Yeah.
and it had a feature from Derek, so they were pretty not bound to blow up, but they were most likely going to get some exposure from that.
Sure.
So we reached out to Joey through an email, and he said he was down to do a feature and loved the track. He said there was a couple things that he might change in it, like he might want to change. Like, I think just it would sound better this way. So then we said, okay, like how much would you charge for that? And he said, I could do this much. And then he said, like I could do this much per song. And we discussed it with him, and we are like, would you be willing to do the whole album? And he was like, yeah, like, let me, get back to management and all that stuff.
Sure,
and he got
sure.
back to, and he was like, yeah, we can do the whole album for this amount. So he wanted to originally meet up in a studio. He wanted to have us fly out there to record with him. But we had everything here that we needed. So we said, how about we just fly you out here? And, Tyler had a guest bedroom in his house, and his studio's at his house. So it was like, Joey was like living in his house for like 4 days. And it was so sick, just like hanging out and just like I have videos from him doing his parts and just like chilling with us and playing golf and shit. It's so it was so much fun to like just chill and like, get to know him. But that's kind of how the whole process came about.
That's actually really cool because like I feel like I've had some friends on Feature X, and it's really cool what type of opportunities that brings for artists and stuff. And I'm glad that to some degree it was successful for some people that really just like did a great job. And like I said, I love Joey's feature. I was already a big In Her Own Words fan anyway. So like when I saw his name pop up on like the YouTube, I was like immediate click, I was already hyped about it, And so I'm glad that he had such a um profound effect on you guys in regards to, getting the songs together and like trying to like, actually flying out there and like working with you guys on it because I think that shows like their character as a band and that's awesome. So it's I always like to hear good success story, obviously, and obviously go check out In Her Own Words. They're great if you haven't checked them out. Phenomenal band. But there's this other really good band, Too Close for Comfort. You should also check them out. Links below. Just saying they're cool. They did a song with State Champs. So it's kind of flex, low key flex. So you should go check them out.
Yeah, just saying. We're actually playing. We're actually headlining when we were young. We're playing after My Chemical Romance.
Oh,
so like
the secret set.
hasn't been. So yeah, secret set. But actually, it was cooler. It was cool working with Joey too because not only did he like help us with our album process, our process and the vocals and reshaping some of the things, but he also taught us a lot about like the more management side of music, like how to get on tours and how to do this and like how to get signed, like what are labels looking for, like what should we expect, how to push ourselves out there. Help like just like with me and Tyler, I feel like become better singers and like this is how I find harmonies. This is the best way to find harmonies, And I think that we grew a lot as musicians in the recording process with Joey because of that.
Yeah, no, I think that I would be curious to know how the songs were prior to like Joey's hand in it because I am a huge music nerd, so I always love the like real intricacies of like when you hear like this real like 2010s demo of like some like band and you're like, man, they were getting this vocalist on this track, like how did someone find this demo? This is great, I love it. And so I'm very much in the weeds of things, so it'd be very cool to hear like how much of a difference or how much of an impact that someone else could have on your music. So I would always be curious to hear what that is. I don't know if I'll ever be able to hear it, but it's always something that I like to take into consideration when I like listen to a song. I'm like, oh, okay, this is how it started out, like where how did it end up on the record like as it is.
I'll have to show you. I'll have to send you the Burn Bright demo. I think I still have it. It doesn't have Joey's part in it yet.
Sure.
It's just like the blank second verse, but that's like a lot of the other songs changed like slightly and not drastically, but Burn Bright was the song that kind of changed drastically, I thought. Well, not really musically, but I would say probably vocally the most. So
I would agree. So I'm very curious. Again, hopefully, I'll be able to check it out. And Evan, do you have any thoughts on like, working with Joey and having that process? Because I imagine as a drummer, it might not be, something, having another vocalist in the wheelhouse is a little bit different. But do you feel like listening to the final songs, you're like, okay, like this is like what they were working hard for?
I wasn't there when they were writing that song and they actually produced it.
Okay.
I told later in the process, but yeah, just between like hearing the demo version and hearing the final product that's on the record, it's just it's incredible. Like just what Joey did with the lyrics and everything like that. It's just amazing as far as like everything on the whole record too.
Yeah, no. So I'm gonna have to. I feel like I got a little taste of the record itself, so I'm very excited to get into the rest of it and really, dig my teeth into it a little bit more and get excited to listen to it because, like I said, I enjoyed both of the tracks that are out, and I'll have to give the rest of the album a listen, and hopefully you guys will be there to join me. Very exciting. But the next question I have for you guys, if there was another musical instrument you could master, what would it be?
Ooh, I'm a huge fan of saxophone.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Saxophone goes good in any genre, and if you learn how to master that, I feel like you got it made.
I would agree.
Yeah. Fucking Grayscale with the saxophone solos.
Right.
Just,
Shred.
yeah, I'd have to agree with the saxophone or drums. Definitely.
Ooh, okay. I feel like Ryan's keeping my dream of live where every guitar player I've had on has said drums, and I feel like every drummer has said guitar. So again, we're keeping it 100, but like I feel like this was not baited at all. I feel like every guitar player like subconsciously is like, man, I wish I could play drums. That'd be sick. And then every drummer is like, man, it would be really cool to play guitar so then I could like write my own music. So I feel like that's what it is.
Airplay, and I can write good MIDI drums, but that's it.
I feel like I'm just good at like the top half, you know, like people see me like driving like in Pennsylvania, like they're just like, man, this guy's got some like great like handwork, and then you're like doing this shit, and then like my feet are like completely off time. So then every time, you know, they're just like, and I want people to have that like immersion where they're just like, man, this guy must be like an insane drummer or something. And then I'm just like, my feet are like doing something really weird, and my hands are like, oh yeah, this is great, you know. So we'll see.
I gotta say, my driving and playing drums, my left foot is getting way more accurate with the drum beats. Because I always got pedal, so if I ever needed to play drums and I needed to play with my left foot, I feel pretty confident.
Yeah, right foot. No, we're done. You know, I feel like I could really get like a good like just like one bass drum hit. You know, I'll have the left foot down, but other than that, like if we're doing some double bass stuff, done. You know, cooked. Can't do it.
I'm cooked on the double bass too.
All right. Well, I'm glad we're in this glad we're in the same boat, Ryan. The next question I have for you guys, as you can tell, I'm a huge nerd, so I love to ask this question. If you could be a video game character, who would you be?
Two people that are like really into video games.
Oh yeah, that's what I love, baby. This is my favorite. Hell yeah. All right, let's go.
Damn.
Gamer Nation.
Mario, because he's got a mustache. Fuck.
Chris Pratt.
I don't play at all, so.
Sheesh, bro. Maybe like one of the Call of Duty characters, like Mason or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Fair enough. Fair.
Well, that was made into a video game character. I gotta start with like a video game character that turned into a movie. Damn. I think you're asking the wrong guys. I'm gonna be generic. Say Mario.
Fair enough.
I don't even have one. But...
It's all right.
Yeah.
You know, listen, we can't win them all. There's always going to be that one subsect of people that, you know, don't game, and that's cool. You know, I'll just, you know, cry internally, but it's all right. You know, we're here.
I do have a Mario tattoo on my leg though, so I can kind of back it up.
Okay, fair enough. You know, we'll give Ryan the pass. Evan, X, done. X of the chat. No, I'm kidding. No, I feel like when I ask that question, it's like either, you know, you got someone that's like really heavily into video games, and then you have the people that are like, you know, I don't game. I'm sorry, man. You know, can I be like an NHL character? You know, I'm like, that's fine. Do it up. You know, so.
NHL, yes, but I'm too busy writing albums. You know what I mean?
Accurate. You know, listen, people ask me all the time, they're like, yo man, are you free to game? And I'm like, you know, I'm too busy doing interviews. So, you know, I feel like every chance that I get, maybe I'll get to play like some video games every once in a while, but you know, I'm too busy interviewing your next favorite band. So again, Too Close for Comfort, writing the albums, you know, they don't game, but they write the albums. So you got to respect it. So
yeah, albums will stay changed.
Album was at State Champs right now. Links below. They just did a whole album together, collab, you know, split, get ready. Your body's not ready. Let's go.
Yep.
Next question I have for you guys. If you were to compile a Dream Tour lineup, including Too Close for Comfort, who would be on it?
You know, I'd really want to tour with 4 Year Strong. 4 Year
Okay.
Strong would be.
All right. All right. All right. Just
It's a
4 years
tough-
strong.
No, I mean, of course you want to get like neck deep up there, and then the story so far.
Ooh, all right, all right. This is some like pop punk OG shit. I like it. You know.
I have you seen that tour? You have to have seen that tour with Blink. The story so far, Turnstile.
Yes,
Rise.
that's wild.
That tour would be sick, and I'd love to be on and have like neck deep on that tour, like another huge pop punk artist. And then like even if like we opened up and we were only able to play like one song or two songs, I'd be like, that's worth it to me. Like I'll quit my job to play in arenas for like 4 months around the world.
For sure.
Respect, guys. You can. They're playing a secret show on every date of this worldwide tour. So, check the links for pre-sale tickets. You know, your body isn't ready. Mine wasn't. You know, below this shirt, all of my clothes are gone. So eviscerated. You know, so just want to let you know. I don't want to get up because I'm not trying to get booted off YouTube, but gone, eviscerated. I was wearing clothes before this interview started. Now they're gone.
Funny story. When I was coming out of Aftershock, every single day that I came out of Aftershock and walked past this gas station, there was a bus in there, and they were having a local show in the gas station parking lot out of the bus. What? And there was they're like throwing fists and shit too. It was crazy.
Yo, respect. You know, I thought for sure Ryan was just gonna be like, yeah, I just saw a bunch of naked people. They were all like out there, you know, and I was like, well, that's Florida for you. So you know,
Keep my fair share of naked people, but in a portion of them are at the Slipknot show.
Okay, fair enough.
So
that's the only place to be, right? You know,
it's kind of wild, to be honest with you. So.
I mean, if naked people plus Slipknot, I mean, I feel like that's a party in and of itself, you know.
Interesting party.
But guys, listen, they're on tour with Turnstile right now. Blink-182, story so far, Neck Deep. You know, even though Neck Deep wasn't announced yet, you know, you heard it here first. They're also doing a collab with, you know, this band, Too Close for Comfort. You know, just saying, just, you know, be on the lookout. They got so many albums, so many collaborations. It's unreal. You know.
We've recorded the next 3 albums already, and they're splits with Stagechamps, Neck Deep, and Story. So
yeah, get ready. I already listened to like one, and like I said, clothes eviscerated, gone. The shirt and the hat and my glasses are the only thing left. You know, I'm pretty sure as soon as the camera turns off, I'm just gonna get sucked into a black hole somewhere. So be ready, be ready. You know, play the songs at your own risk. You know, so you heard it here first. But I'm waiting for that tweet to come out, and they're like, yo, so listen, we heard you on this podcast. You were talking about like having Neck Deep on and like having state champs and the story so far. And they're like, listen, we're ready to do this whenever you are. And I'm like, yo, I'd be
up for that.
I would be so hyped about that. So guys, let's make it happen. I feel like that'd be really cool, you know, for me and also for Too Close for Comfort, which you can check the links below to go check them out. The next question I have for you guys, in your opinion, who puts on a great live performance?
Like out of us or like bands?
Of bands you've seen.
Oh, A Day to Remember, 100%.
Oh, I haven't seen him yet, so I can't say.
Ooh.
Sum 41 was someone I expected them to put a good show on, but when I saw them, they were really good. Like I was thoroughly impressed by how well they played.
I have yet to see. I've seen A Day to Remember. They're great. I can confirm with Ryan. They are. I saw them on. I think they were on tour with Of Mice and Men. And who's the other band? It's definitely another band. I can't remember it. My brain is turning into mush. But yeah, it was A Day to Remember, and the other one I can't remember was it was Chunk. I think it was Chunk No Captain Chunk actually, and that one was a wild show. Day to Remember, again, great band to see live. If you love like the hits, you know, like it's great when like, you know, they're like, okay, we're gonna play It Means a Lot to You, and then they're like, the last track we're coming out, you're like, everybody's like, oh my god, what's the last track? And then they come out with like Second Sucks, and you know, the pit just opens up, you know. That's great.
Yeah.
Love it, you know. Can never get not hyped about that song. I would highly like if you put that song on, that's just like an ass beater right there, you know.
Yeah, they played. They played last one I saw them at Aftershock. The plots up on the Panhandle.
Oof.
Ooh, what a great track. We love it. I love some OG Day to Remember, but yeah, great band. I have, like I said, have yet to see Sum 41. I feel like they've always come through, and I'm like, maybe it's just like I'm not feeling the tour they're on, but I feel like now, you know, I feel like Evan has convinced me go see Sum
It's
41. It is time.
It's time.
It is time. So Sum 41, come to Pennsylvania. I'll come see you guys. The next question I have for you guys: favorite TV show, favorite movie?
Ooh, TV show Breaking Bad.
Oh, nice. Love it.
As far as movie, I'm definitely gonna have to say The Sandlot.
Oh, that's another good one.
Sandlot, like my favorite soundtrack for a movie, I think is The Sandlot.
Agreed. Fantastic soundtrack.
I might sound kind of like young and out of place when I say this, but the new Spider-Man No Way Home is my favorite movie.
That's a goated movie. Yeah.
The nostalgia that I felt in that movie was like unreal. Favorite show. One show that I really never get bored of. There's two actually. One of them's Shameless, and I've been recently watching because I'm actually sick right now, so I've been watching it while being sick. And another one is Ink Master.
Ooh, yeah.
So
That is a good show to watch. I feel like that's like I don't have any ink as you know, as you can see all the like, you know, skin on me. But yeah, I would love to get some tattoos. So I feel like, you know, next time guys, you're going to see me, I'm going to have like a full on neck tattoo. Just fucking completely black, you know, all like everything. It's just going to be completely filled. So get ready. That's where all of my YouTube money goes, is just to completely cover me in black ink. So I'm almost there. Almost there. So
shout out to our local artist, Tony Medellin. That
Ooh.
dude's sick.
Shout out to Tony.
Yep.
If you do some good tattoos, Tony, I'll fly out to Nevada somewhere. I don't know where they're located at, but somewhere in Nevada. I'm gonna find you. Find your shit. But next question, guys. If you were trapped on a desert island for the next month and there was one album you could bring with you to listen to, what album would that be?
Man, why you gotta do that?
That's a month. I feel like that's like a little bit like palatable, you know? I could just be like forever.
What You Don't See, the story so far. That's and that's a banger.
I'm gonna go Discovering the Waterfront.
Ooh. Those are both goated answers. Love it. You know, I feel like as a Silverstein fan and a Story So Far fan, both classic albums. I will say for Silverstein, I love Shipwreck in the Sand. I feel like that one is always going to be like a close second for me. That one is such a fantastic record.
Those two albums, when they dropped them, it was just the pinnacle of Silverstein. Like, there is no better.
Every time I listen to Vices, it hits.
Right.
Love it. I did listen to the newest album, and I actually really liked it a lot. That first song, I think it's Our Song, is just like, it's just got like a fucking like pop punk, like it's just great. I think they did a lot of different things on this album. I didn't like the last album they did, Perfect Place to Drown or something. I forget the name of it. I didn't feel like that one hit as much, but this new one I really enjoyed a lot, and I think this like having different features on it too, I thought was really cool, and I've always appreciated how they've evolved over the years. Like they're the type of band that's just like consistent all around. Like they've always done a great job of like, no matter how much like the band kind of ages, I feel like they're like a fine wine, you know. They just know what to do at the right time, and even if like an album doesn't really like resonate with me, I can go back to it and I'll be like, "Oh shit, this is actually a really good record." And I was like, "I don't know why I didn't like it." You know, like so
Yeah.
so I feel like yeah, they're I would argue as one of the older bands, I would say that they're probably one of the more consistent ones in terms of like releases every time. I think they really don't have. I don't feel like they have an album I don't like. I mean, maybe upon first listen, I'm like, it's a little different. I don't know if I'm feeling it, but then inevitably come around and say, yeah, that's a good record. I like that. You know, is that how you feel about it, Evan? Or
Yeah, it's just one of those bands that doesn't miss for me.
I feel
Like,
that.
it's hard for me to shed any hate on them. Like, just, then them live is really awesome too. Like, they're really good performers live.
Oh
And,
yeah.
like the music, it's weird because like Discovering the Waterfront. If I were to put that on right now, I'd feel the exact same way as when I first listened to it.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like their albums age very well.
I would agree. That's kind of me with um the self-titled Seosin record. Like I feel like that one always hits. Like I love that record so much, and every time I put it on, I'm just like, you know, teenage Brandon kicks in, and I'm like, love that shit, you know. So definitely.
I actually have to take back what I said about the story so far. I got to go with. I didn't even think of it at the time, but Quiet Place to Die, Alpha Wolf.
Ooh, yes. Ooh.
It's back 2 years, and I still can't put it down.
That's that's such a great release. And I love their split they did recently with Holding Absence. That was so good. So love
That's
Alpha
my
Wolf.
final.
Locking it in.
Yeah.
Pressing the button. All right. We love it. Um the last question, guys, I usually end out all of my interviews with this, and I really do love ending it this way. For people who have made it all the way to the end, thank you. Much love. Always appreciated. What do you want people to take away from Too Close for Comfort? I always love asking this question for myself because at the end of the day, I am a fan of the bands that I have on. And so for me, it's like, why do you guys create music? You know, I feel like for myself, it's like a way for me to like express myself as well as, you know, find other people that love the same things that I do. So why do you guys create for Too Close for Comfort, and why does it mean a lot to you?
Go ahead, Evan.
I think that's really hard to answer, but I think with the record, there's not one song that like I don't think anyone can like not relate to. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
And vibes that we put out is just we want to have a good time and we want people to be able to relate to our music, right? So yeah, it's. I mean, I just want everyone just to have a really good time listening to music and be able to vibe with us.
Cool.
Yeah, I think for me, I definitely want to connect with people. As much as I like to say I want it for like the money or the fame, you know, and stuff like that. I just want to connect with people. I want to have fun with my friends, and I want to, you know, see the world and really just, yeah. I'd say that's probably it. You know, I want to see the world, and I want to connect with people, and I want to have fun. So
No, yeah. And I think your guys' music definitely exemplifies that, you know, nature of having fun, and I think that's like kind of like what pop punk is very much, you know, in that lane where it's like, you know, you want to have fun, but then like I also feel there's a lot of depth to what you guys write, and I think there is like that lyrical depth that, like, if you are a true fan, you're gonna go and read the lyrics, or you're gonna absorb some of the stuff, you know, when you see them live. Um, so I think there's a lot of an element of whenever I have bands on, I think there's also like you know, another portion of that of seeing it live, having the energy of the crowd, like seeing you guys perform in your element, that I think you can truly connect with an artist. And so I feel like with just you know, the songs that I've listened to, and we will listen to the album as well, um I feel like you guys have that nice grip on, again, having the catchiness of the musicality, but also like if there's people who want to delve more into the lyricism and have more of a connection with you guys, then there's certainly an avenue for that as well. So um, definitely a great band. If you have not checked them out, this is the perfect segue into telling the people, guys, where they can find Too Close for Comfort, what you guys have coming up in the next couple months, and anything else you would want to plug right now.
Follow us on Twitter. I believe our name is TCFC_band. Instagram is Too Close for Comfort NV, and then our Facebook is just Too Close for Comfort. What you can expect from us next year is touring.
Woo!
Playing some, getting going on that. The rest of this year, we're probably going to be gearing up for that and trying to play a couple one-off shows. So
there we go. Well, guys, if you live in the Nevada area, go see these guys play, because I live many, many states away from them, so I cannot see them play, but I know you can. So if you do live near that area, go say what's up, tell them I sent you, and then hopefully they'll migrate their way over to the East Coast here. So keep your eyes peeled, and if they are, I will be going to that show. So awesome. But please go check out Too Close for Comfort. Very exciting band. I really enjoyed the singles a lot. No shilling here. I really did enjoy them. So please go give them some love. I'll leave links for the 2 songs that I listen to, as well as their social media. So make sure to give them a follow, give them a like, give them a subscribe. I gave a subscribe to their YouTube channel, so I feel like you should too as well. So please do that. And if you enjoyed this interview, share, like, and subscribe. It goes a long way. All of this stuff will be out on Google Podcasts, Apple Music, all that sort of stuff. So trying to get that all circulating for you guys to check out if you don't want to watch us, if you don't want to look at us, so that's I'll be really upset if you don't want to, but I could understand, because I'm really appalling, in person. So please go please go check out Too Close for Comfort. They're awesome. And huge thanks to both Ryan and Evan for coming on tonight and chatting with me.
Yep, thank you.